the tension hasn't gotten to these players here in Calgary, it has gotten to the fans. They're sitting there, not much noise. Somebody tried to get a wave going a while ago, but no such luck. They nervous or what, John?
Right from the start of the game, it's been like the old Pacific Coliseum when I used to play for the Canucks. It's like playing in a morgue.
Seventh game. Stanley Cup Series. Score tie. What do they want? 7:45 left in the third. Maybe they're scared.
Sure they were, but I think they could have helped their club had they come in with some noise early in this game.
Minor injuries all over the place. That's Butcher being attended to on the bench. McCown behind the net. Cleared it out. McDonald is on the line again as Popinski brings it up. Dumped it in. Here comes McDonald looking for it. Trying to pick it up. Fell. Now he gets it. McDonald played it back of the goal for Popinski. Smeal is over there bumping his man. Popinski got it back and McDonald missed it. Cleared down the ice. Smeal can't catch up to it. Covered by McCown. Here's Lanny McDonald again. In with Popinski. The pass to Popinski. Tipped away by Nordmark. McDonald again. Comes back with the pass to the line. And the shot hit McDonald. Smeal is turning with Skriko. Smeal flipped it in as the Canucks want to make changes. 6:55 remaining in the third period. A 3-3 hockey game. Here's Gilmore looking dangerous, but it's poked away from him just as he was about to make the play for Patterson. Gilmore hustles all the way back. Now Mullen is turning. Here is McGinnis with that big shot. Shoots! Right in front! And McLean somehow picked it up. McGinnis can literally put it through you.
Now McGinnis from outside the blue line almost beats Kurt McLean through the legs again. Here's the shot. McLean's looking for it. It trickles through. He's able to hook the puck and bring it into his body before the Flames get there. He missed the poke check. There he's able to hook it, pull it in.
Bob McCammon was saying he is good with the stick. He can handle the puck, but he didn't say he could do that. I thought he was reaching to poke it across the red line off into the corner. But he said, no, you got to hook it in and smother it.
Kurt McLean's had a few go through his leg in this series. That would have been the biggest one so far.
3-3, 6:25 remaining in the third period. Bucked up along the boards and out in again with Lidster. Laid it up across center. Here's Roberts now coming the other way against Lidster. Put it in front where Lube and Nieuwendyk were cruising. Nieuwendyk is pushed off the puck. Gets back into it. And Roberts is there to help him. Bradley comes back to help for the Canucks. He gets it. Passes in front of the net for Lidster up to center. Lidster shoots it in. Canucks make changes. Erzin turning in the corner. Here comes Roberts down the left side. Sutter bumped him, and the puck got into the goaltender McLean. Sutter in the corner. Roberts after him. Sutter slapped it along the boards. It's just out. Flipped back in. Flames cannot touch it. Offside will be called. They won't get a chance as Reinhardt starts Sutter in. He flipped it off to the corner. 5:25 remaining. 3-3 the score. McLean will have to stop this one. It was tipped right down to him. Butcher around the net. McDonald in there to hit him. Now Bridgman coming away in center. Got it up across center. It's Sandlak trying to move it in. Bridgman there with him. McCrimmon fired it away. McDonald is bumped. But he gets a chance to clear it out. McDonald does. Flip it to center ice. Sandlak lost it to Fleury. Looked dangerous, but Fleury didn't control it. High one goes into the left of the net. McClellan giving chase. Nordmark gets away and lifts one down the ice. 4:40 remaining in the third period of a 3-3 tie. In Game 7 at the Olympic Saddledome. Not on much tonight, but he's on now. Tim Hunter shooting it in. Going for the net. Smeal is on it. Canucks sent 3 players away. Up to center ice. Drop back by Linden. And a shot flipped in by Adams. And Vernon simply catches it and holds it. Merzen now having a few words with the youngster Trevor Linden. Merzen giving a push to Adams, who comes in to help. McClellan there also.
Stan Smeel immediately was right in front of Trevor Linden. The Canucks don't want to see Linden go off. Even if he takes somebody with him, he's their main man. They've got to keep him on the ice.
Well, it comes down to this, Bob Buchanan. 4:18 left to play in the third period. And you've battled these first-place overall Calgary Flames, you and your captain, Stan Smeel, down to that time left in the third period. And you're tied in games. 3-3. You're tied in shots on goal at this point, 32-32. And it's 3-3 on the scoreboard. And you know, Terry Crisp can't stand the anxiety no more than Bob Buchanan can. But it's down to this, folks. Stanley Cup fever. Seventh game. 3-3, a little over 4 minutes left in the third. You think the next goal by whomever is not a big one? None bigger, I wouldn't say. Not for these two teams this season. Here's Adams working up with a shot. That's kicked away. Linden going after it. Vernon out of the net. Picked it up on the boards, and the Flames. Smolin getting out. Now with Koplinski and Otto. Otto going for the net. There goes Smolin, but the pass was intercepted, and Linden is turning. Trevor Linden moving up, trying to solve the Calgary defense. At the line, it's kept in by Tandy. Mullen had a chance to clear it, and did not. It's Otto through center to Mullen, who knifed it in. Gilmore is on the ice, so the Flames are making changes again. That pass intercepted at the line as Tandy gave it away. McLean out of the net. Fleury giving chase. Nordmark striding out of his own zone to center ice and coming up over the line. He dropped it, but not in time. It was called on the offside with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in regulation time.
Doug Smith, another member of that LA King team that beat the Edmonton Oilers after finishing so far behind them. See the look of anxiety on Coach Terry Crisp. His team wasn't supposed to be in this position. A lot more pressure on the Calgary Flames.
We'll be going to Los Angeles, of course, but not until this thing is done here in Calgary. The Oilers are in Los Angeles for Game 7, and they'll be getting underway any minute now. This one could be winding up any minute now. 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the third. Gilmore back. This is the time. These players are very uptight and tentative. Nobody wants to be a goat in this kind of a situation, so they'll be checking carefully.
Now when you pull into an Esso station, you're going to get something new. Something with improved cleaning power. Something that is designed for better performance. A premium gasoline. A premium gasoline that can help deliver peak performance in cars that demand more than regular. Announcing the launch of new Esso Supreme gasoline.
The crowd is still almost quiet. They're trying to get something going. 20,062 are scared to think of what might happen here at the Olympic Saddle Dome. There's Skrikoing trying to forecheck the Flames into an error. Natras goes behind the net. Skriko giving chase. He nearly picked it up. Natras looking for it. Two Canucks in there. Sutter was one of them, and he missed it. Butcher stopped it up the line and took a shot. It's blocked in front. And two Flames get up. Make that three. Mullen moving up quickly. Takes his shot. Rebound! And McLean was careful with Otto cruising in. And Patterson was belted in front of the goal by Butcher.
Good chance for Joey Mullen. He let the shot go from the wing. He was playing for a rebound. It came out, but the Canucks did a good job picking up their men. 3-on-3. Bradley comes back. Mullen takes his shot. There's Patterson, taken by Butcher. Still gets a stick on it. Not much. There's Otto. Bradley's got him. Good coverage by the Canucks.
There's the shot from the angle, and you'll remember the other games. There were a couple of goals scored from that angle by the Calgary Flames. Not this time, though, with 2:32 left in the period. 3-3 the score. 7th game in the series. 2.5 minutes, and it might be decided. They're out of position on that face-off, so they'll do it again. McGinnis and McCrimmon are the defensemen. Roberts, Nieuwendyk, and Lube. The Calgary lineup, everybody up. Bozak on the rim of the circle. And that is Bridgman in on the draw. Anxious for Knox, the referee, to drop it in. He does. And he won the draw. Jim Benning and Lidster are the two Vancouver defensemen. Lidster goes along the boards to get it out. Bridgman is moving up on it. Bozak is going for the net. Bridgman had to hook it off to the corner. Roberts in, and he bodied Bozak out of the play. Lube tried to shoot it out. He got it out and down the ice. Benning takes his time coming back. Now hustles. There's 2 minutes remaining in regulation time. Vancouver and Calgary in a 7-game series. Sandlak missed it, but Bozak hops on it very quickly. Trying to go in. Sandlak up on the play. Lube is stuck. Puck fired back of the net. It'll be McCrimmon who'll clear it with 1 minute and 40 seconds left in regulation time. McCrimmon played it ahead. It's knifed right in on the net. McLean stopped it. Here's the steal. Roberts shot, and he missed the far side. Sandlak. Trevor Linden again on the ice. Linden shoots it in. The Canucks were making changes, so he's up there all alone. 1 minute 24 seconds left in regulation time. Lipinski stopped near center. Hauled down. And Linden feeds one in. Linden went after it. Linden looking dangerous. And he took the backhander. It was deflected. Linden again, right in front of the net. And McDonald on the ice for Calgary, bringing it out. Crowd gets into it now. McDonald centered it. And the shot by Otto went wide into the final minute of regulation time. Linden coming across center, and here's Reinhart. Reinhart and Adams. Oh, what a save by Mike Vernon. Folks, you won't see a better save than that by a goaltender, given the circumstances. 48 seconds remaining in the 3rd period of a 7th game. Watch it.
Right through Rick Natras's legs. Vernon still picked it up and picked it off.
Man, what a save by Vernon. Whoa. Terry Crisp with his shirt open, the tie loosened, and Mike Vernon has to have his tie loosened. Certainly he did not choke on that one. What a great pressure save it was by Vernon. 48 seconds left. Puck to the right of Mike Vernon, where they'll drop it in, and here it is. These Canucks come very close to winning this one, this game, and this series just seconds ago. Bradley and Sutter go after it back there. 35 seconds remaining in regulation time. Look out, Mullen is on the move. He overskates it near center, dropped it back. McCrimmon is allowed to step in over the line. He dumped it to the corner with 25 seconds left. There is Reinhart poking at it. Can't get it out. Reinhart moving at it again. But it's Mullen who tries to center it. Now Bradley is skating away. Not much room, so he shoots it out. 12 seconds remaining in regulation time. Here's Gilmore moving up. One last chance. He centered it. And it goes through the crease, and we've got sudden death overtime in this 7-game series coming up. Ramage for Calgary. Roberts for Calgary. That looked like it might be it, but Butcher got a goal at 19:05. And we're tied at 3 with overtime coming up. Calgary out shooting Vancouver 35-34 in regulation time. We'll be back with overtime, of course, here at the Olympic Saddle Dome. They've started in LA. Let's pick up the action there.
The tradition continues from the Forum in Inglewood, California, where the last of 8 division finalists will be determined. The Edmonton Oilers and Los Angeles Kings have already provided a series full of memories. In Game 2, unheralded Chris Kontos emerged as the playoffs' hottest scorer. His hat trick gave the Kings a 5-2 victory. Defenseman Steve Smith supplied last-minute heroics in Game 4 as the Oilers took an apparent stranglehold over the Kings and a 3-1 lead to Los Angeles. But Wayne Gretzky ensured one more trip back to Edmonton with this emotion-charged clinching goal in Game 5. The Kings were still alive. And at the Northlands Coliseum, Kelly Rudy turned back the Oilers and sent the series back to Los Angeles for a dramatic finale. Tonight, the final act of a script made for Hollywood. It's Game 7, the Oilers and the Kings, as the tradition continues on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
And we're just underway, and the Los Angeles Kings have scored. Wayne Gretzky has put the Kings in front 1-0 as the puck dribbled between the legs of Grant Fuhr. A 2-on-1 break. Gretzky and McSorley. Gretzky shot and scored.
The LA Kings were under siege from some heavy forechecking for the first 45 seconds of this hockey game. But then Gretzky and McSorley broke away. There's the shot, and you can see it just made it. And the score is 1-0 LA at the 52-second mark of the first period.
And this crowd is alive at the Forum as Curry dumps it in. Batted out of the air with a high stick, but it was touched by an Edmonton player. And now the Los Angeles Kings come back. Taylor, unable to control it, dodges a check from Muni. Kevin Lowe in the corner. Pries the puck loose. Out into the center ice area. Tikkanen has Curry with him. Tikkanen drops it back. Here's a shot. Doesn't get through. Another shot from a bad angle, and that is whistled wide by Craig Muni. In the neutral area. Robitaille in across the line. Puts on the brakes. Looks cross ice. His pass is knocked down by McTavish. Back comes Curry to McTavish. He takes a hit from Dale DeGray, and Steve Duchesne gets the puck out into the neutral zone. 18:04 remaining in this opening period. 1-0 Los Angeles leading. Robitaille off in the wing, a shot, and that is deflected wide. Gretzky trying to dig it out. He scored the game's only goal, but 52 seconds into this period, he brought the crowd alive. Carson in across the line. Edmonton is offside.
Well, Glenn Sather told us before the game that his team was going to come out and be much more aggressive than they were in Game 6, and that they were going to go after, from a physical viewpoint, Kontos and Gretzky, and he pleaded with his forwards to shoot the puck more often and stop trying to make the pretty plays. And he also added, we're going to do it with a 5-man forecheck. But that forechecking plan has already backfired as Gretzky's jumped away on a 2-on-1. And as we've said all along here, he rarely will pass on the 2-on-1 against these defensemen that know him so well. He shoots, and he did this time and got it through Grant Fuhr.
Gretzky from McSorley and Miller at 52 seconds.
And that's Miller's first point ever in the playoffs.
And Wayne Gretzky, with his third goal of this series, now one away from Mike Bossy's Stanley Cup playoff record of 85.
And that's his 8th point in the last 3 games, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So when the games got tougher and more important, as usual, he got better.
But Edmonton fans may recall that the Oilers scored an early goal on Thursday night, and Los Angeles came back. Edmonton was ahead after just 33 seconds on a goal by Randy Gregg. Weimer moves it up to Duguay. Duguay trying to get away from a check, goes down, shovels it to Casper, a long shot. Fuhr had trouble with that one. Harry, before the game, I don't think I've seen Grant Fuhr quite as nervous as he was tonight.
Well, he was doing a lot of pacing, and the first goal went through him. The Gretzky shot, not a hard shot, and that one nearly got by him. Whenever you see that goalie reach behind him, he's not doing it to tickle himself. He thinks the puck may be there. And here's the shot from a way out and a way off on a bad angle, and Fuhr went down to stop it and didn't trust the fact that he had it. Steve Casper, not known to have a big shot. Grant Fuhr was down on that shot, and normally I would say he would have stood up to handle that one.
This is the 43rd consecutive playoff start for Grant Fuhr in goal for the Edmonton Oilers. He has played brilliantly. The man at the other end has been his equal. Kelly Rudy, particularly in the last two games, has been outstanding.
I would say in the last two games you'd have to give the nod, especially in Game 6, to Rudy over Fuhr.
Brown gives it off to Huddy. Huddy tried to center it, manages to get it back. Huddy looking to the line. It's intercepted by Gretzky. Gretzky in across the line, tries to slip it through, and Huddy drops on the ice and takes the puck to the end boards with him.
A nice play by Huddy, because had Gretzky get that puck through him, Gretzky's right winger would have been in home free. And we all know that when Wayne Gretzky passes the puck, it often looks like the puck has eyes. John Tonelli told me again this morning he's feeling better every day now. Now here's the play. Look at the right winger. That's who Gretzky's going to try to get it to. Right there, Laidlaw, who jumped into the rush. But Huddy fell and cut the pass off.
Glenn Sather indicated that he would take a different approach to this game, pinching those defensemen, but there is always the danger when you do that the Los Angeles defensemen, when they do get the puck, might have that forward breaking out. We could see some breakaways tonight.
Well, it didn't take long for the 2-on-1. We saw Sather mention to his players on the ice to get off when they get a chance. He doesn't want this matchup, Nichols versus Messier. He wants Messier against Gretzky. Let's watch him change on the fly here once we get it in.
Anderson, a long shot. That's gloved by Rudy. He throws it off to Bernie Nichols. Taylor in the center ice area to Robitaille. He drops it there for Duchesne. Duchesne tries to go cross ice. It's broken up by the Oilers. Tikkanen feeds it in on the left side. Drop pass now for Curry. Right in front of the net as McTavish tried to jam it in. And Rudy comes up with the save.
It was a nice play by McTavish on a beautiful pass from Jari Kurri. But McTavish couldn't beat Kelly Rudy. Kelly Rudy's gone well over 60 minutes without being scored on. Remember, it was at the 33-second mark in Game 6.
McTavish has to feel very frustrated. He has gone 34 playoff games without scoring a goal.
Well, watch this pass now. He's in, but not much room. And I think he was trying to go between Rudy's legs, but Rudy didn't open up. And he couldn't find the hole right here. Yeah, he was trying to go either between his arm and his body or between his legs, and Rudy closed up and wouldn't allow the goal.
16-17 remaining in the first, 1-0. The Los Angeles Kings leading on a goal by Wayne Gretzky at 52 seconds.
Andy Van Helleman's the referee, and both coaches were delighted at the choice of Van Helleman. They think he's the best in a seventh-game situation when he gets as excited as the team. He's done a lot of Game 7s, and that's a great tribute to his ability to officiate.
McTavish leaves it back to the net. Tim Waters moves it up along the boards. The Oilers with their fourth checking, trying to force those defensemen in the Los Angeles zone, but they were able to get it out. McTavish takes a hit in the neutral area from Nichols, and the Kings dump it in. Now another skirmish back at the blue line as DeGray and McTavish collided. Here's a pass on the right side. Curry winds up. He fires it wide. Picked up in the neutral area by Robitaille. He leaves it there for Nichols. Nichols to Gretzky. Gretzky looking cross ice. The pass is broken up, and Jari Kurri brings it to the line, but not out. Robitaille in control, trying to center it, and it's picked off by Craig Munich. Rink-wide pass for Curry. He looks to the other side for Messier. He gets away from one. Messier coming in, slides it to Curry. A shot. They score!
Well, it was a 3-on-1, and Laidlaw was the one. He did a nice job. He made the first shot block, but the puck came right back to Curry, and he put the rebound in. And the LA Kings are back to their old tricks, giving up 3-on-1s, 4-on-2s earlier, and here's the play. Messier back to Curry. Here's the shot blocked by Laidlaw, and the puck comes right back to Curry, and he puts it in.
That was a goal, scoring his third goal at 7 points.
Here's another angle. You see that Rudy's down a little early, but he placed the shot that Laidlaw blocked, and that's why he was down and in a rather helpless position on the second shot. Messier to Curry. Curry gets his own rebound and ties the game.
So it's 1-1 with 15-12 remaining in the opening period. They're going into overtime at the Saddle Dome in Calgary with the Canucks and the Flames tied at 3. And we'll be going back there for that overtime action. Allison is knocked down by Kevin Lowe as the puck comes in across the line. It's an offside call against the Edmonton Oilers.
Andy Van Hellemond is trying hard to let the teams decide this game, but he just warned two players, I'm going to have to call it if you'll shove and push after the whistle. Since 1968, this is the 17th time a playoff series has gone 7 games. The home team has won 13 of those.
The Edmonton Oilers playing the 7th game of a series away from home for the first time. They've had 2 against Calgary, 1 against Philadelphia. Dean Kennedy goes to the corner, takes a hit there from Lacombe. Back comes Los Angeles. This is Duchesne. Duchesne takes a shot off a stick. It goes to the corner.
Norman Lacombe delivered 2 bone crushers in the first 30 seconds of this, his first shift of the game.
Condos bumps along the boards with Messier. The Oilers unsuccessful in getting it out of the zone. Lowe tries. He got it to McClelland. He went rink wide. Too far for Lacombe. It goes off to the bench in the change. Pass to Condos. Condos tried to deflect it to Gretzky. Gretzky centers it. Nobody there. It comes loose to Allison. He shoots. The save is made, and the puck is brought back out by Mark Messier. He gave it to Anderson. Anderson tried to return it. It's intercepted by Los Angeles. But Gray dumps it into the Edmonton zone. Bukaboom. Dressed tonight for the first time. Gave it to Anderson, who cut in front of his own net. And he was being harassed as he went in front of that goal and almost had it taken away from him by John Tonelli.
Tonelli's in his mixed master mood tonight, and that'll help this club.
A pass and a good hit as Carson is upset as he tried to split the defense. Randy Gray keeps it in, a long shot. That's deflected wide to the corner. Anderson in the corner, centering it. Steered to the other side by Rudy.
Boy, the intensity level of this game is as high as you'll ever get it. And with these two teams, 2 of the Stanley Cup favorites, you might say, playing this early in the playoff, you wonder whether they can handle any more rounds after this one.
We're approaching the 7-minute mark of the first period. The score tied at 1. Carson is stopped at the line. The puck shoveled ahead for Taylor. He couldn't control it. That was broken up by Bukaboom. Simpson steps into his man, and back comes Edmonton. Long shot, saved by Rudy off Lacombe, and it's cleared up to the line, and back comes Los Angeles. Pass intended for Nichols, too far for him. Gregg takes him into the boards, and Gregg comes up with the puck and clears the zone. Dumped in by Laidlaw. Steve Smith. For Tikkanen. Tikkanen trying to move against Nichols. Gets it up to the line. Tikkanen and Curry 2-on-2. Curry tried to get it back to Tikkanen. He was tied up, and it's brought out into the center ice area. Tikkanen couldn't control that pass. Laidlaw gets it. Fed over to Nichols. Condos going for the net. He was spun around by Muni and then taken in against the board. Gretzky Gets it back to the line to Laidlaw. He lets a shot go up high on Grant Fuhr. It goes to the corner. Muni and Condos continued their battle in the corner. Now McTavish is in there. Gretzky along the boards as well with Kevin Lowe trying to get that puck out of there. And finally, the whistle goes. 11-14.
So from one tension-filled game to another tension-filled game. This one, tension and then some. We're in overtime, about to start. Vancouver want to be the Giant Killers against the Calgary Flames. Overtime at the Olympic Saddle Dome in this Game 7. And it's Merzen who'll shoot it in. McLean out of the net, he's steered away. Sandlak does not catch up to it. Merzen dumped it in again. Reinhart coming out. You know, both teams are thinking fast goal. You wonder if they can take the pressure. And they pray for a fast goal. Vernon was beaten at 7:12 of the third period.
Doug Lindster just trying to pass to Tony Tanny, and there's Brad McCrimmon. The wrong place at the wrong time, his stick on the ice, and he tips it by Mike Vernon.
And that got us to this stage. Sudden death overtime in the 7th game. And I'll bet there's not a vehicle moving on the streets of Vancouver at this moment. All glued to their television sets, hoping for this miracle to be completed. Otto's shot deflected into the stands.
Wonder about Otto going into the next series, a grueling 7-game series for Joel Otto. He's been out there as regular shift, killing penalties in every key face-off. And the LA Kings and Edmonton Oilers, you think the people in the Norris division would just be licking their chops, hoping that this one, the next series, goes 7 games also.
Talking about the streets being deserted in Vancouver. Probably not a fly moving in the streets of Calgary at this moment either. Imagine these two, 43 points apart in the regular season. And tied in overtime here in Game 7. Goes to show you.
Jim Kaplinski took that long shot, everything fired at the net. You never know in overtime. Vancouver Canucks, they had a great year anyway. They came back from a 59-point season last year, 72 points this year, 74 points this year. Correct myself here before I'm sure my producer would correct me. Jack McElhargy says it's so much fun to be around this club because they are all overachievers.
Dundunk, Roberts, and Lube have been a threat all evening for Calgary. They're on the ice now. Lindster, the defenseman, is bodied on the play. Richmond tried to tie up his man and did. And Bradley got it out as far as center ice. Into the Calgary blue line. McCrimmon dumped it back in. Canucks come back. Sutter comes in to help and went by him and McCown down the ice, and McCrimmon being watched by Spreeko. Long pass on an open side. Bradley misses it. Bradley gets it again. It was Sutter. Bradley takes a shot. Vernon makes the first stop here in sudden death overtime. Butcher coming up with Sutter. Sutter stopped by Roberts. He and Lube get together. And it is Roberts. But stopped by Reinhart near center ice. McCown against Tandy. That got out. Here's Gilmore. And out of the net comes McLean. He saw Gilmore alone and stepped out very quickly. Gilmore trying to keep it in, but Merzen stops it at his own blue line. Ahead it goes down the ice. Icing will be called as Butcher goes back to pick it up ahead of Gilmore, and the play will be moved down to the Calgary zone for the faceoff.
Now Gilmore, one of the keys to the Calgary Flames offense all season long, has struggled in these playoffs, had a chance there as the puck squirted by Garth Butcher. Wisely, Kirk McLean came out and played it. And here's another tactical error by the Calgary Flames. That long pass. Now they've got the faceoff down in their own zone. Every shot's a threat in overtime.
Smith with Tandy and Adams for Vancouver. Joel Otto on the draw for Calgary, winning it. Merson scooped it high to Mullen. Out to Patterson. Patterson in the center ice zone. McGinnis fell. Tried to sweep the puck in by Butcher. It got in there. But Reinhardt is racing against Mullen. Took a swing at it. Patterson was in front of the net open. And he got in a pass. Puck floats out to center ice. Merson backhands it in again. He missed the game in Vancouver. Merson with a bad knee. Doubtful starter tonight. He's played a strong game for the Flames. Tandy shot. Gloved by Vernon. He fell. And McCown luckily was back there to pick it up. Gilmore again. Pass ahead. McCrimmon moving up on the play to Joe Mullen. Cutting for the net. Mullen tries to center it. Back of the net. Gilmore gets in front of the goal, but the Canucks are covering up in fine style back there, and they get it out. Bridgman coming in is Sandlak. Going high and missed the top corner. Gilmore with McCallum, and that's blocked by McLean. McCrimmon will try to keep it in, but he was bodied off the puck by Bridgman. McCown bumped by Sandlak. Bridgman fires it in. Vernon will come out of the net to stop it. We're into the 4th minute of overtime. Puck near center. Nobody saw it until Poplinski jumped on it. Reinhardt logging a lot of ice time now. It's Trevor Linden coming in. Quick shot is blocked by McCrimmon. Puck tipped down the ice. Tim Hunter racing, but Butcher got back to Adams. Adams with Smeal coming in. It's dumped in, but they're called on the offside of the Calgary blue line.
Greg Adams came back with an ankle injury. He's played very well in the playoffs. Says he can't feel that ankle injury until after the games. Once he gets his skates on, put some pressure on it, it's all right. But when he leaves it at rest, that's when it starts to throb.
When this one is done, sometime tonight, we'll go to Los Angeles, of course. They're tied down there in the first period, 1-1. And we're giving you a Hockey Night in Canada doubleheader on the CBC television network tonight. This one, 3-3, the overtime score. 1-1 in the first period at Los Angeles. Here's Roberts knocking one out of the air. Roberts going for the net. Shot hit the side of the goal. Adams against Lube, and Lube stopped him. But now, Adams' second effort got it out. It's fired back in. Butcher and Roberts is coming in to plow into him. Butcher's a big guy, though, took the hit. Now he and Roberts go at each other. Several punches were thrown. Minor shots, and they're going off. Both of them, I think. Roberts and Butcher. You don't see that often in overtime.
Both players trying to get the other one to retaliate and take a penalty. It happened earlier in the period. Roberts took a penalty and then Butcher took a penalty. Here Roberts runs at Butcher, doesn't get very much of him. They come together again as the puck goes over the boards. There's Butcher and Roberts. They both have their sticks and hands up, and both of them blocked.
Roughing penalties at 4:29. Gilmore comes on again. Got the draw to Merson. Screen shot, and that came close. Flames on it. Gilmore centered it. Canucks trying to hang on now, and they do to get it out to Bradley. Gilmore's after him, though. Bradley shoots it from center ice. Vernon stepping out of the net for McGinnis. McGinnis played it up on the boards. It's stopped by Sutter. Sutter into the corner with it. Skriko got his stick on it, but he's covered. Two Flames will come out of the zone. It is Patterson and Mullen. Mullen in, dropping into Patterson. Gets his shot away, but it was blocked. Canucks turn to come out. Bradley leading this attack with Skriko and Sutter. Coming in. It's centered. A pass. Oh, and it's saved by Vernon. A game-saving, series-saving skate save by Vernon. On that effort, Merson lost his stick and kicked it in. I'll tell you, folks, Vernon made a hot one in the dying minutes of the third period to save these Flames. He just saved them again with a skate save that was sensational. Popinski turns up to McClellan. McClellan! And that's blocked by McLean. The rebound! Oh, and Otto came close. Otto going after it. Otto digs it out. Seven! Scramble in front of the net, and the Canucks hang on to get it out. The Flames back in. Otto again with McClellan. Otto! Oh, and McClellan missed it. It's steered on the line and out. Pass through center. Didn't work. Nordmark spun around but shot it into the zone. We've had great scoring opportunities here in sudden death overtime. But we're still playing, as you see. Hunter is offside. The play is called. An update. Something happened in L.A. Here's Ron McLean.
Indeed, Bob, and we'll keep you apprised of the scores at the Forum this evening. Nichols will take this shot. It deflects off Chris Kontos' 8th goal of this playoff series. 2-1 now. Los Angeles still in period 1.
The season save for the Calgary Flames right here. Petri Skriko, the leading scorer. What a save by Mike Vernon.
None better. No doubt. Kicked out the left skate. I don't know how he could see it inside the move. Fleury coming hard. He's over the line and shoveled it off to Lube, who had to wait at the blue line. In back of the net, they're trying to dig it out. Nieuwendyk is there battling for it, but it's cleared away by Bozak to Sandlak and out to Bridgman. He tried to backhand it in over the line, but got it high at the Vancouver bench, and that's where the puck is.
Mel Bridgman, a consistent playoff performer, great experience, never gets caught defensively, and that's something Mel has said this is his final season. To pursue other endeavors, the way he's played, valuable asset come playoff time.
If the Flames happen to win this hockey game, they'll talk about the save Vernon made late in the third and the save he just made here in overtime. 2 beauties, none bigger. Butler still going at it. Stepping up is McGinnis. Drilled a hot one off the glove. Up Kirk McLean. Smale waits. Nieuwendyk hit him. The two players are on the ice. And the puck is frozen. Play stopped. Face off inside the Vancouver blue line. Harold Steps shaken up in the last game. A downward starter tonight. Got into the game, but obviously found it difficult to move. And has not been out here in the overtime period.
Had one shift in the third period. He struggled. We were noticing in warm-up he was having trouble turning, but Harold Steps, professional that he is, knowing how important this is to his club and how well he's played, gave him the old college try.
Nearing the 8-minute mark with sudden death overtime. Otto shoots it in. L.A. is leading at their home base against the defending champions. 2-1. We'll keep you posted. Up the center and coming in is Adams. Adams knocked to the ice. Merzen going around the net. He fell on his own accord. Smeel shoots one deflected. It went high onto the glass. Reinhardt takes a shot on a rolling puck. It is centered. Oh, the goal post. Smeel around the netminder coming from behind and hit the post. That's how close Vancouver has come to winning this series. First a brilliant save by Vernon. Now Smeel trying to come around and jam it in. Put it on the outside of the post. Oh my. Gilmore shoots it in. Reinhardt back. How can they stand the tension? Butcher along the boards for Sutter. Gets it out. Down the ice by McCrimmon. Here comes Skriko, and he was showing great speed to get in. To knock it up into the corner. Bradley missed it. And the Flames shoot it down the ice. Lidster back and Gilmore watching his every move. It's to Sutter. Broken up by McCrimmon and Patterson. Shoots it from center. McLean jumps out of the net in a hurry to stop it for Nordmark. He stopped. Oh, I cannot believe it. Roberts couldn't reach it. Lube again, but it was offside. Lube says no. Rossiter, the linesman, says yes. Guess what? The play is dead. Can you believe Joe Mullen?
Robert Nordmark coughed up the puck right in front of his own net. And McLean, in desperation, he was beaten on the play. Here's Nordmark. Look at how casual Kurt McLean is. Nordmark loses it to Gilmore. There's Mullen. Takes the shot. Pulls McLean down. Down goes the arm. And he gets him to this blocker.
What a save in overtime. This one he kicks out from center ice. If you beat him from 3 feet, you won't beat him from 100. Miller's will triumph. Lube might triumph. He comes in. Lube dropped it back, and it got by Fleury. 3 Canucks are up on this play. This is Adams coming in. Adams going for the net with Smith. Oh, another big save by Vernon. It's still in there. Center. Vernon got his stick on it to Newendike. He can't clear it out. But McGinnis will. He'll get the center and fire. Here it comes. Picked away by McLean. Fine style. Fleury knocked it in. Nobody was in front. Reinhardt shoots it down the ice. It's going to be icing. These goaltenders are something else in overtime here at the Olympic Saddledome.
Paul Reinhardt with 6 shots on net coming into this overtime period. By far the most on either team. Stan Spiel tries the wraparound. Hits the far post. He had his hands up in the air and he thought it went in. Adams passes it out front. Doug Smith going to the net. It hits a stick, but it hits Mike Vernon on the way by.
Good stuff by Vernon. Good stuff by McLean. We're tied in overtime. Look out. The Flames winding up was Mullen. Now rolls to his skates. Long shot that was screened, and McLean saw it at the last instant. Lidster got it out to Sandlack, and he plays it off the boards to center. Played over 10 minutes of sudden death overtime now. Puck again up on that ledge, got over the glass. 2-1 in Los Angeles. The Kings are leading the defending Stanley Cup champion Edmonton Oilers in the first period. We're going there when we're done here. 2 7th games in Stanley Cup play. Everybody felt the Cup playoffs would be terrific this year. Folks, they are. And we're just in the first round. More to come. And Hockey Night in Canada on the CBC network will be there with you all the way. Don't worry. Be happy. Long pass through the middle, down the ice. Sandlack is coming in. And back is Gilmore. And icing is called. Sandlack obviously missed it.
The Canucks complaining, saying that should have been an icing call, and Sandlack did touch it, but Crimmon made sure Sandlack didn't. And the Flames have an opportunity deep in the Canucks zone. Bob McCammon has to be pleased with the outcome. No matter what his team does, he has to be proud of his club. Loose coming in, and they have played a whale of a series.
No, you get this far, you got to win it. Both coaches feel the same. Crisp was supposed to win it. McCammon was not given much of a chance. Now they both have the same chance. High 6 stops the play. 9:19 left in the first overtime period. Terry Crisp. Tension? Oh, yes. There is tension. Tom Watt, the assistant coach, along with him. I know a coach often must say, John, what am I doing in this job?
It's easier for the players. The players, you get to go out on the ice and you get rid of your frustration. You get involved in the game, you don't even realize where you are, what you're doing. You just do it by reflex. But the coaches, it must be just nerve-wracking. Doug Reisborough sitting up here, can't get on the ice and whack somebody with a stick.